Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Michael from Theo and Harris. Today I was delighted to get a notification that we received something in the mail. And after my afternoon tea, I was even more delighted to find that what I found was even more tasteful than my Earl Grey. We received the Longines Spirit in titanium. Now, when I say we, I should say Christian, as he was the one that was asked to do this review, and luckily for me, we received this watch in 42 millimeters. It also comes in 40 millimeters, which is more attuned to small-statured men like Christian and myself, but like I said, luckily for me, I was given the opportunity to ask Christian a very important question.
So, what?
Okay, so do you think you can pull off a 42 millimeter watch?
Yeah, anybody basically can.
And you can too?
Yeah. With a sweater, maybe, you know.
What's the size of the watch I'm wearing right now?
34.
Now, after I asked Christian that question, his mood was soured for the rest of the day. So I figured it'd be best if we drove down to London Jewelers in Manhasset and asked our friends there to reassure Christian that he can, of course, pull off a 42 millimeter wristwatch. Do you think that watch can fit on Christian's wrist?
I put a lot of watches on a lot of guys' wrists, and there's no way he's pulling off a 42.
I don't know if I feel comfortable with that question.
Oh, okay. No big deal.
Yeah, it's a nice watch though. But
thank you. Finally, I knew I had to go to the source. I had to ask one of the most important men in Christian's life if he thought his grandson could pull off a 42 millimeter wristwatch.
This watch is much too big for him. He's got a small wrist. He can't even pick up a screwdriver or a hammer. He's got two left hands and two right feet. So this watch is much too big. Much too big. You got to get smaller, like a little Mickey Mouse watch.
That is actually pretty good remarks from Tito. Now, even though a 42 millimeter watch is large for someone with a wrist like Christian or myself, Christian can still deliver one of his world-famous wristwatch reviews. Take it away, Christian.
Longines is behind some of the greatest watches ever manufactured. When I got into watches 8 years ago, I remember feeling like maybe for the first time really in the know, like kind of in this secret watch society, when I discovered this kind of mysterious but rich history that the Longines brand had. It wasn't something everyone knew about. It was really for the historians. And in many ways, the Longines brand has stayed very, very close to that history, but in a very approachable way. The Spirit Titanium is a killer watch. It has great case lines, it's very wearable on the strap, which I love, but it also comes on a matching titanium bracelet. The dial has 5 tones, anthracite being the base, and of course there's that red second sand as well, which I think is really beautiful. There's a lot of depth here too, in color, yes, but also in design and in construction. I mean, look at the levels around the lume plots especially. That's really impressive, especially given the price point. The oversized crown brings us back to Longines' history in aviation. If you're going to be operating this watch primarily from a cockpit wearing big leather gloves, the crown's got to be pretty big, which we've got here. It's powered by an automatic movement with a silicon balance, which functionally improves everything about a watch, specifically its resistance to changes in temperature and resistance to magnetism. It also is 100 meters water resistant and is backed by a 5-year warranty. This is quality. This is Longines. I really admire and love this watch personally.
So once again, this story ends as all good stories do. We had to reach out to our friend Big Wrist John. Big Wrist John does a great job of effortlessly showing off a watch that 97% of the general population can wear without fault. As always, thank you, Big Wrist John. You are very appreciated. Finally, after all of this, I sat down with Christian one last time to see if he thought he could pull off the 42mm wristwatch. How does 42 fit on your wrist?
42, I think, first of all, it was cold outside, number one, and everything kind of, you know, it was, also the sweater, you know, that I wore. I don't, they make it in 40 as well, so go f yourself, all right, pal?